Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Wicked Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Bowden. With me, as always, Katie Arroyo
Hello.
and Sir Sneeze a Lot, Frank Gazzero.
Hey.
Frank looks like Rudolph after look at his nose change instantly after Frank comes on. He goes, I got a cold. It's not COVID. And then he wiped his nose. He had boogers, and now his nose is all red. It's very funny.
Whenever I'm sick, no matter what, I could have anything in the world, it always manifests in a head cold. And
Oh,
my
really?
nose runs as if, like I sneeze and stuff, but it just runs continuously. It's like a weird sinus thing. All the men
Wow.
in my family have similar sinus issues.
Wow. All the men in my family have big dicks. But
Really?
Wow.
yeah, it's just
Well, that's
All
fun.
the men in my
Like
family
the-
have nice personalities.
Oh yeah, you got the personality family. Look at us covering all the bases.
Yeah.
Frank's
That's what
family's
you want.
sick. Yeah, all the bases. So I had a big week. I just got back from Vegas, and I filled you guys in as I was going along with the trip with little video diaries
You
of
did.
how the trip was going.
They were
And I
great.
gotta tell you, it was fucking awesome.
How long were you there?
Go ahead. How
Sorry.
I
long
was
were you
there. Well, I flew in Thursday night, so technically it was Thursday to Monday, but Friday was really the first day that I was there because I got in so late Thursday.
Was this your first weekend, like headlining a club, like away?
And like away, no, like this is my first weekend in Vegas,
Okay.
but I've flown
Because
in
you
headline
sent me and
clubs.
Frank videos like you were, like it was Disneyland. You know what I mean? So
You
I
know
was like,
what?
this
Yeah,
must be
it
his
was
first
almost as if
weekend
you
away.
hadn't been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will tell you guys, and I'm sure it'll come out later in the story. This was probably the best trip I've ever taken
Wow.
Yeah.
in comedy, maybe even my life. Like this is right up there with Disney.
Wow.
This was like a man. You know how people go to like Tibet or India, and they have this enlightenment that they find, like this inner peace that they find, and they go on these religious pilgrimages.
That's what Las
That's
Vegas,
what
Nevada was for
That's what
you?
it
fucking
did to
Vegas
you?
did to me. That's what Vegas did to me. I was a different person, you guys, in Vegas. I was not the Brian you guys knew. I was a
Okay.
different thing. I feel like it brought out a side of me that was always in there, but it just never comes out, or very rarely comes
Was it
out.
like a more pure version of you?
I think it was, actually.
Because I can relate to that a little bit. And that, like, whenever I've gone, even on short trips, but like I remember when I went away to school and stuff, there's a feeling of like I'm in a place where nobody knows me. So all the ideas in your head about what people think about you or who you are go away. And it's kind of freeing in a weird way.
You feel like kind of like when people go away to college for the first time, they're like, I'm gonna really be myself now, and you start like trying all these different things to figure out what is you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
no,
sort of. It's almost
yeah.
like for me, anxiety or like insecurity is sort of attached to a place or the people I'm around in
Yeah.
a certain way, you know?
So you can start over.
Yeah, you can start over.
Yeah.
Start the camera over.
Start the camera over. I forgot to take an Adderall before we recorded, so
Oh,
I
boy.
may be all over the place, and I apologize because my brain's still scattered. But it, I think it was a mixture of that. It was a mixture of that, whatever just Frank just described, that outgoingness, right? That, the insecurities coming down because nobody knows you. I think it was a mixture of that, and then just a mixture of me doing things that I really like to do. Like I woke up super early in the morning to gamble on sports. It was great.
Okay.
And everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. The fucking sports book was right outside the elevator at my hotel. All I had to do was take one flight down, and I was at the sports
I
book.
mean,
putting in
that's
my-
Vegas. You know what I mean?
And that is something you love, so it makes sense that
Yeah.
it's like being in Mecca.
Yeah, it was.
Kind of
It
is
was.
betting Mecca, really.
Yeah, it is the bet. I would say. I would say dollars to donuts. Vegas is the betting mecca, Frank.
Yeah, I would say. In terms of those gambling machines and all the whatnots.
Yeah, no, but I had a nice schedule. Did a lot of things that I wanted to do. Met up with Brian Glowacki and Bob Marley. They were
Yeah.
doing shows at the
The
Mirage.
comedian, right?
Yeah, comedian Bob Marley.
Okay.
which was great. My first day out there, I hung out with Bob Marley and went to a dispensary.
Hell yeah.
You're really
Yeah.
living.
I was really living it up. And then we went to the Caesars buffet. The
Oh, I've
brunch.
heard about that.
Is that like
Frank,
the buffet?
that's the buffet, Katie. I mean,
It's it's like legendary.
yeah, it really is. We're in line, and the lady goes, "Do you have a reservation?" We go, "No, we don't." She goes, "You know it's $75." I go, "You know I'm going to eat $100 worth of prime rib, right?" And I did.
Yeah, but isn't it also like lobster and duck and like all kinds of like king crab and shit?
That comes out, I think, at dinner time.
Oh, okay.
So breakfast.
We went brunch, so we had some stone crab, a lot of fish options. They have a whole section of just carved meat.
That's so
Prime
crazy.
rib, brisket. They had all types of smoked sausages.
Wow.
Ate a shitload at Caesars. And then, hey, second time in Vegas.
Yeah.
And both times I shit my pants.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I
if
felt like-
you ever go back, then you'll have to do it every time.
Get
I'm gonna
that
have to do a
hat
trifecta. Gotta go with the trifecta, of course.
Yeah.
We ate the buffet. I made it back to the hotel room, and I was walking to put something on the shelf in the living room, and I had the bubble guts.
Mm.
And you know when I stood and I clenched as hard as I could, so that it could go away, like subside. You know when it does that backwards fought.
Yeah.
You know when it goes boo,
You
and it
get a
goes back
little
in you.
rest.
I was
like,
waiting
well,
for it to do.
It gives you like 1 minute. Like they're like, all right, we'll give you 1 extra minute.
Yeah, it's like your bonus time starts now.
Yeah.
No bonus time. It oozed out.
Oh, through the clench?
Oh my
Through the clench.
God.
Oh yeah, through the clench.
Was
That's
it just
the-
water?
awful.
It was watery. Yeah, it was a
Ugh.
bad one. It was a bad one.
So that means
What
that
did
made a
you
bit of a mess,
eat?
huh?
It didn't make a bit of a mess. It was definitely
Down your legs and stuff.
it definitely hit the underwear back thigh a little bit.
I had a scary moment the other day, and it was a thing where I was on the computer and I had to poop, and I was like, I don't feel like getting up. So I just kind of held it, and then eventually my body was like, hey, we're going to go right now, no matter what. So, and it was a thing where the motion of me attempting to sit on the toilet kind of forced it out.
Yeah,
The
I've had a
bending
couple
of
of
the
those.
knees and
This
stuff.
this was something else, man. This was something else. It was a Frank Gazero moment if I ever had one. You know, fucking.
That's
you-
awful. Did you burn your pants?
I had to burn the underwear. I had to burn the
Oh.
undies. Yeah, they were gone.
They weren't
were
me
good.
undies, though.
No,
Otherwise
they
you
were not.
would've
They
saved
were
them.
standard. They were just
Yeah.
standard undies. I think they might have been Tommy Boy.
Huh.
Or Tommy Hilfiger. What is it? Tommy Fingers?
It's
Tommy
definitely
Hilfiger?
not Tommy Boy. I mean, maybe it is. Is there some kind of like big and tall
Like
underwear
Chris Farley
brand that's
underwear.
Tommy Boy?
Yeah, it comes with an 8-ball of Coke and a little baggie of heroin.
Yeah.
That's
and a
fun, yeah.
tight jacket.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
That's
Uh,
awful. I think I would cry.
Why?
If
I'd
you
be
sh-
like, I'm alone in my hotel and I just shit my pants.
Yeah, but there's no reason to be ashamed or embarrassed at that point.
You know what, Katie?
You know?
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I said when it happened. Like
Yeah.
verbatim. I'm alone in my room and I just shit my pants.
That's
Who
awful.
can I call?
Yeah, that's the thing. You want to talk to somebody right away. I would.
You do.
anyway.
You gotta
Yeah.
talk somebody through it. Hey, guess what
I
happened,
don't
kids?
know.
Yeah. Remember how I'm in Vegas and it's really cool? I just shat myself.
I shit my pants in Vegas. I think that's a successful fucking trip right off the bat.
Yeah, I guess.
but
Did you
things got-
sorry, keep going.
No, I was gonna say things got better. What, Frank?
Did you I know you're probably gonna get to this if you did, but did you do anything outside of like the strip? Did you go to like the Hoover Dam or anything like that?
I did. I went to NASCAR on Sunday.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was on Fremont Street. Well, at the plaza's at the end of Fremont Street. Have you ever been to Fremont, Katie?
Yeah, I told you. I went to the Golden Nugget.
Yeah. I think Fremont's better than the strip.
It's like one of the places people should go when they go to Vegas, just to say they went there.
It's
yeah,
unbelievable.
It's old school Vegas. It's
Yeah,
tremendous.
it's just like really trashy, and you just
Oh,
go
yeah.
it's
and like,
unbelievable. The people on Fremont Street. It's like it's a. For those of you that never been to Walmart, Fremont. Picture a Walmart block party, and that's
Yeah.
what it is. Like if Walmart threw a block party, that's
yeah,
that's Fremont Street. Like you have
with open containers.
open containers. They have like 3 stages along the walk, and they have like one stage that's they had a band called Spandex Nation.
Nice.
And they played rock 80s stuff, and it was very funny. Then they had like a DJ, and then another band was Chumbawamba. It wasn't the
Wait.
real Chumbawamba, but I
Like
was
a cover
calling it.
band? Oh.
Yeah, they played Chumbawamba every night.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Every
were
night.
saying they were a cover band of the band that did Chumble.
No,
that
man,
would be
they were
amazing.
they would yeah, again, that would have been great. No, I probably would have watched that more than the actual
There's only
band that I
one
saw.
song that anybody knows.
Yeah, and dude, they played it. Dude, every night they got knocked down and got back up again. Every
Well,
night.
Well, that's because you're never gonna keep them down, you know.
Yeah,
God,
and it was great. My buddy Rich from Florida and Jay, Rich and Jay, they flew in to go to the shows. So Friday night, my buddy Mike, who I grew up with, lives out there. He came to the show with Rich and Jay, and the 4 of us went to Fremont after. And to watch people that have never been to Fremont experience Fremont, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
They didn't
and
know
just
what to do.
it's very overwhelming, like for your senses.
It really is.
It's
Like
just
I've
a
never.
sensory overload.
I don't
Yeah, and
remember it being that big of a deal. I just thought it was like trashy Vegas, and you get trashed, and you go to the Golden Nugget, and you play on the slots, and you.
Yeah, but how many years ago did you go?
You do all that.
The last time I went probably would have been like 10 years ago.
So it was before you were a comedian.
Yeah, but I still looked at people and made fun of them.
Yeah, no, I think it's
that's
a little
how
I
different.
still had eyeballs and ears.
It's not like you start doing comedy and then you're like, I think I'll start being funny now.
No,
You know what? I'm
No,
gonna
but
start
you're-
observing things now. That
Yeah,
I'm
it's
doing
not like I
comedy.
think I'll
no,
start
but you
paying
observe
attention.
them. I
to
think you
myself.
observe them differently when you're in the thick of it. I think the way you observe stuff now is different than you would have 10 years ago, Katie. Come on now, really?
No,
No,
I
that's-
used
that
to
is
talk
true.
shit. That's like why you become a comedian, is because everyone's like, wow, you talk a lot of shit.
Oh well.
The only difference is now I'd be like, can I make this a bit? Can I
No,
talk this shit? Can I talk
all
this
I-
shit multiple times a week, or is it only funny right now?
I want to take you. I want to be in Vegas with Katie. I think we would have a fucking blast.
I was wild.
Mm.
Well, the one time I went, my friends had to. My flight took off at like 7, and my
Mhm.
friends had to come and get me off of the blackjack table. No, we were at the craps table, and I had met some guy, and I was trashed, and I was like, dude, he's gonna pay for us to get a hotel to stay another night, and I'm just gonna change my flight. And they were like, you are not. We packed your bags. Let's go. And I was like, no, I'm gonna stay here.
Oh, maybe I
What
would
is
not
the
like
matter
Katie
with
in
you?
Vegas.
Me
Maybe
and
I
one-
wouldn't like
Jesus
Vegas,
Christ.
Katie.
Me and one other friend were like, we're gonna move here. and literally we both got home and we were like, I have a weird bathing suit in my like they threw what they thought was ours in our suitcases for us, because we all were like, it was classic early 20s Vegas where like 10 people.
I have no idea what that means, Katie.
Okay.
It means it was prohibition, Frank.
Like 10. Did you guys ever go to Vegas in your early 20s?
No.
Okay. So we would like everyone that's listening that has been to Vegas in their early 20s. You basically like 100 people share a room, and like we got a one room for a week, but like some people would fly in Friday and fly out Sunday, and other people would fly in Saturday and fly out Tuesday, and it was like this revolving door of people just crashing in this hotel room. So at the point that I was there, it was like 4 of us girls, and our friends just like grabbed what they thought was ours and like packed it for us, because of course we didn't pack. Like we were just like, let's
Oh.
go out and we'll solve it when we get home.
That
And
gives
then
me
they were like,
anxiety.
you
Yeah, I
can't
don't
go
like that.
home.
I don't like that at all, Katie.
Oh, it was pretty good times. I
Oh,
was
Vegas.
so hungover on the plane. And then we had been gambling. One of my friends and I had been gambling during the day at one of these, at the Paris hotel. And we met this old dude, and he gave us all this money to gamble with like throughout the day, because we kept losing. And he was like, here's 50 more each, like, you know, whatever.
Jesus.
And so I was so hungover, and I got on the plane, and it was our buddy, and I was like, oh my God, like, what's up? And he's like, hey. And then he gave me a $25 chip, and he was like, here, you can't leave Vegas with nothing.
Jesus
Like, gave me
Christ! Wow.
more money.
That's great.
Yeah, it
And
was really
gives you
funny.
an excuse to go back to Vegas, cash it
That's
in.
what he said. He goes, now you have to come back. And
Yeah, I
instead,
got
what I
I got a
did.
38-cent voucher to the South Point. I'm
Well,
gonna
there
have
you
to cash
go.
in next time.
38 cents, huh?
38 cents, baby.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Fuck yeah. Do you play roulette, Katie?
Sometimes. So I have games that I play when I want to win money, and then I have games that I play to lose the money that I just won. So
Okay, this sounds like a terrible system.
I
Yeah, it
like
doesn't
to
sound like a very
play.
reliable system.
Yeah.
Well, like there's games that you play like because you have the best odds and you think you're gonna win, like you're expecting to win, and then there's other games where you're like, I'll just play these to pass the time. So I play blackjack if I'm trying to win money, and then if I've won a significant amount of money, I'll be like, yeah, let's take 100 and play craps, or we'll take 100 and play roulette. But I don't like start at roulette.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I only do late night roulette. I like having a whole roulette table to myself, and the
See,
table
I like
that
to sit with other people.
See, I don't because I like to zone in on the table and zone in on the wheel, and I focus on roulette. And I can't do that when there's a ton of things going on. That's why I like to play Let It Ride. If it's busy, I'll play Let It Ride because I don't have to do anything. I just get cards and
Yeah,
pull
I
my
don't
bets
like that
back.
because I don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean that's
I
that's
like to
the
make
one.
choices and talk to people.
Yeah, but when everybody's bouncing around and stuff, roulette, fucking, I can't do it. But the wheel and this lady, she was like, she had a very lackluster spin on the ball. So a normal rotation should be between 25 and 30 rotations before the ball drops down and starts hitting all the divots inside of the ball, inside of the ring. This lady would just spin it. It would go around like 4 or 5 times, and then it would just kind of bounce around willy-nilly and land in a spot. But I noticed after the first 4 rolls, I noticed that she started to make what I like to call a kill zone on one half of the wheel from her release point. Are you with me, Frank?
Yeah.
So she would pick up the ball, the wheel would spin halfway around, and then that's when she would let go of the ball. Right?
All right.
And so you just kind of time it up, and because the wheel was spinning at the same speed pretty much the whole time, and because she was spinning it at the same speed, the ball kept landing in this zone of the wheel. So I just kept playing those numbers all night, and I cashed out. I think, I was up about 600. I started with
Not
100 and
bad.
I cashed out 7.
Wow. I'm
So I won
surprised they
600.
allow her to do that.
Yeah, I would think they would
Dude.
make her
Well, here's what happened, right?
I would think all the dealers and stuff are pretty, like, it's pretty strict.
Well,
yeah,
after
I think you're right.
after I won the 3rd time in a row and they ran out of single chips to give me, right? The pit boss comes over and the dealer whispered something to the pit boss, right? And then the pit boss walked away. And then a couple minutes after that, a new fucking ball spinner showed up and relieved the lady of
They
her
were probably
duties.
like, she sucks.
Yeah, she's like, she sucks.
Or they thought you were cheating.
Oh, they thought I was. You can't cheat at roulette. How do you cheat at it?
People have found ways to cheat at every game in
there
the
are
casino.
statistics. Like there's people who will watch the wheel and then they calculate what number or letter should be coming next based off of what has previously come up, just because it's just statistics.
Yeah,
and then they'll signal to other people to come and put in big bets.
I think
you can do the same thing. You do the same thing with blackjack. Like you.
Yeah, I think that's what they were waiting for with the fucking roulette. But
yeah,
I was there by myself just cleaning up. And but then this dude comes in, fucking spins the roulette wheel, and then fucking launches the marble into outer space. This thing spun around so many fucking times I got dizzy. I could have went to go take a piss and it still would have been spinning by the time I got back. It was ridiculous. So I cashed out of that. And I won on sports too. Cashed out another 200-300 on sports. Very lucrative weekend. It was great.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Yeah. That was the gambling side.
I think it would have been funnier stories if you were like, I lost all my money and then whatever.
I know. I
didn't
have
crazy.
to suck
And then
dicks. I didn't have to suck dicks. I know. I went there with full intentions of coming back with funny Brian gambling stories. And sorry to disappoint you once again, Katie.
It's okay.
All right. I did use pickup artist techniques, Katie, on people, real people.
Yeah.
I got a video about this.
And I sent Frank
you got a video about that? Like, I want to hear, Frank, what videos did you get?
One of them, I don't remember what the second one was. One of them I watched when I woke up to pee at one night, and it was him walking down Fremont Street, like, "Hey man, I did a bunch of pickup artist stuff on this woman. Whoa, whoa, what's that? Wow." Anyway, so that's kind of how the video went. They
Okay,
talked about
mine.
IOIs and NEGs and everything.
I got one that said it was only the slots, and it was just like the slot machine going, and then it said, "I'm out here living my best life." And then he like panned the camera, but no one is in the camera. There's just silent slot machines. Like I was like, okay.
No,
And then
you're
I was waiting for it to show the slot winning, and no, it didn't win.
didn't do anything.
I was
No,
like,
because-
what is edit your
you
video?
you sent me a really nice text message. We had a really nice talk. Katie goes, are you going out tonight after the show or something? You said something like that.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, my friend's coming to the show. We're going to go out after. And you're like, good. I just want to make sure you're not trapped in your hotel the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we talked about it. And because that's what I would normally do. But I was out all the time. And I wanted Katie to know that I was living life. That was at the Circa. That is a fucking, oh my God, another fucking gem of a place. It's brand new, spotless, but it's in the middle, like at the
down in Old Vegas.
Yeah, it's in Old Vegas.
What is it, where Circus
Super
Circus
new.
was, or something like that?
No, I forgot what was there before, but it's brandy dandy new. It's like a whole other world in Fremont. It's like like this thing could be on the Strip. Like it's that nice. And so that's my new Vegas thing. If I go to Vegas, the last night will be at Circa, where I ate a Victory hamburger, which was delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I gambled there for playing some Joker poker for $2 a hand, and I was people watching all night long. It was great.
Yeah.
Sounds great. For our listeners, just so you know, if you've never been to Vegas, the Strip, like you see in the movies, is the casinos are really nice. They're like all resorts. It's very fun to go to, but walking down the street is a nightmare because it's crowded. You can barely walk, and there's people harassing you constantly.
And also, do you know, this was a surprise when I went to Vegas for the first time because they show the Strip. Don't you imagine it looking like a Strip in like Myrtle Beach or like Miami, where you're like actually able to see like storefronts and stuff like that? And then when you really go, you're like, oh, it's just a sidewalk and then long driveways up to the casino.
So like
you're like, it's not like you're like, oh, that's how everybody gets murdered. Like the minute you leave, you're fucking outside.
Yeah, and it's crowded. Like imagine parking at to go to a big concert. As you're walking in from the parking lot, it gets more and more crowded, and then as they funnel you in, it's like you can't really walk around.
Yeah,
that's what it's like on the sidewalks of the Strip. But Fremont Street is the old, not fancy stuff. And it's a lot more relaxed. That's all I was going to say.
Oh, God, relaxed? Relaxed is the fucking word, Frank. Relaxed is the
really
fucking
It's trashy. It's great.
It's trashy. It is fucking amazing. But yeah, you have to walk like a half a mile in between hotels on the Strip. You know,
and it's not a fun walk.
I mean, it's not a bad walk. It's a nice walk. If you do it right, it's a nice walk.
Did you have all the guys slapping the cards on their hands, try to get you to take
I didn't see any. I think they went all digital.
Oh.
Wow.
When I went, it was like every 3 steps there was somebody trying to give you something or asking you for something.
Yeah.
So you're walking a mile down the Strip, and it's like thousands of people just up your asshole.
I was gonna get some for our friend Dave Fiorillo at the Connection. He loves hooker cards from Vegas, and I didn't see any. Yeah, and I was gonna get some for my dad too, because when him and my mom used to go to Vegas, he would always bring me back hooker cards.
Wow.
That's an
interesting souvenir. Kind of yeah, it's a really interesting thing. He goes, check these out. They're for hookers. I'm like, oh, great. How were they?
I was looking at my calendar this weekend, and I was trying to plan a trip with some friends, and I casually was like, yeah, this weekend is open. And then I go, I just have one thing on Sunday, and I open it up, and I'm like, oh, it's a half marathon. I signed up for a half marathon, and I forgot about it. So I'm supposed to run a half marathon in 10 weeks, and I just went for a run today for the first time in probably like a year and a half.
How far is a half a marathon? That's like 12 miles?
It's 13, something like that. I think it's 13.1 or something.
Just go right into the mic with that, Frank.
All right.
Go right into the fucking mic.
You guys are going to hear it, but the recording mic won't be as bad.
It's fine.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
I did. I averaged 12 miles a day in Vegas.
wow, it's a lot of walking.
Wow.
There is a lot of walking there. Yeah.
Yeah, did a lot of walking. It was like that's why I say like I was healthier. I was more social. I was talking to people.
Maybe you should move to a walking city.
I don't think so.
No,
let's not get
not for you.
let's not get too carried away. It's like when you it's like working at an ice cream shop. You get sick of the ice cream. I think this was nice because I don't do it every day.
Yeah.
Mm.
What happened with this whole pickup artist routine you were running?
Yeah.
Oh,
did
what
you
happened
pick
with
out
that?
the chick?
So Saturday night, my dad was hell bent on me getting this hamburger at the Golden Nugget, right? Like my dad is very adamant. When my dad's adamant about something, it's like I can see where I get my shit from. He's like, goes, Golden Nugget has a burger. Now this is how he described it to me. It's in the Golden Nugget, kind of in the middle of the casino. It's not in a restaurant. It's kind of like a burger shack. But me and your mom got a burger, and we sat down and ate it. Best
This is
hamburger
like
of
the
my life.
healthiest podcast. Everyone's just hacking into it.
My throat was really dry there for a second. I think I'm losing my voice right now.
Sounds like
Yeah.
you might be.
Yeah, I know. All right,
Now
it's
you're
going
back.
And then he goes, "Oh, it's the best burger I've ever had in my life." That's how he fucking described it. So I don't know what I'm looking for, and it's not like there's one restaurant in the Golden Nugget.
They all probably have burgers.
I
And
was
they
gonna
all
say,
have
I
yeah,
feel
there's
like that's the only thing they sell down there.
yeah, like there's a shitload of place to get burgers in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Especially on the strip, on Fremont. So I'm walking around. I can't figure out where this thing is. Then I see a group of girls, and I go, "Hey," I go, "You guys have been here for a little bit. Listen, I got a quick question for you, right?" I go, "You seem to know where you would get a burger around here." I go,
You guys
Okay.
seem fat. Where
Yeah,
can
I
I
was
get
gonna
a
say,
burger?
were they like?
and you know what? I think that's that. It really came off that way.
Well, it was
So
a good
were you
meg opener,
trying- Were you trying to do it, or you just asked them because you wanted to find the burger place?
No, you know what it was? I'm like, I pumped myself up. I passed them twice, and I said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be a mystery pickup artist.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna use the techniques and tell Frank about it.
Okay.
I like
And
it.
so again, it's like I'm in Vegas. Why not? Let's put the guard down a little bit. And so I go, listen. I go, I'm looking for a burger, but it's really specific. I go, but here's all I know about the burger. And then I just told them the story that I told you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And two of them are fucking hooked. Two of them are like, I wouldn't know where to get a burger, but the best burger here. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? And then it turned into, where are you from? Where are you going? And then it just evolved into.
Oh, you could have turned it into like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they didn't know, what was I trying to say? Did they have a burger that they thought was the best burger? And like, also, what kind of people? What did they look like?
I'd say 6s.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I meant like.
I'd say a total of
brown
18.
hair.
I don't know if that's really what Katie was going
Yeah,
for. But
I meant like, how old were they?
they had big pans, Katie.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they were in
Wouldn't
their
you
30s.
die if they were like 70s?
No,
I
they
really
were in their
got
30s. No, they were in their 30s.
wheeled
They were in their
around in a
30s.
wheelchair.
Yeah, I'd say 30s. Yeah, definitely not 20s. Weren't too old. I'd say 30s. And they look like normal people, I guess.
I can't hear you,
They
baby.
weren't like clubby.
Oh yeah.
They weren't touristy, but they weren't clubby.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was nice. It was
Frank
Kirsten
is
walking by with no
covering the
pants
camera. Yeah.
She just asked me to cover it so she could walk by because she's in a towel.
Oh.
on? All right. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
What if you just like close the door enough that the line of sight of the hallway was
It won't
gone?
close at all.
What about a sheet, Frank?
You want me to hang a sheet up?
Yes.
Maybe a little curtain.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
do
little
that.
Curtain, little curtain.
So there'll be a curtain and a dog door and a regular door.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't need that many items hanging
The
around.
regular door wouldn't close even like halfway.
No, because it hits the gate, the dog gate.
Yeah, so
Wow.
why don't we get rid of a door, because that's not a door, that's a barrier. We need to remove those.
Frank's
No.
not gonna do that.
Yeah. He doesn't know how to
No.
untouch a door. No, but I let in with the hamburger thing, which gave like
So
a
did you
time
hang out
crunch.
with them?
No, because they had a major bitch barrier going on. That
One of
really
them was
kinda-
being a bee.
Yeah, there was 3 of them. 2 of them super engaging, super interested, throwing major IOIs. But
What's
the
an
third
IOI?
one, the third what? Indicators of interest, Katie.
Oh, okay.
Get with it, Jesus.
Yeah. And then the third one was like, well, I don't know where you can get a burger. I can Google it. And I'm like, yeah, like Google that. And then I would talk to the other 2. And then I just kept giving the bitch barrier different tasks.
Is bitch barrier something that you made up, or is this part of the thing
It's an actual term.
that the pickup artist made up?
Yep.
Oh, so he did all the stuff of you know how when you're building like online communities or marketing, like people love nicknames and they love like little phrases, like inside joke phrases that only they would know. So this guy made like a whole little thing, huh?
Yep. Oh, yeah, like to the point where if you read like a description between the 2 of them, it's like so full of jargon you don't really know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, she kept Googling stuff and then chiming in with, this place closes at 12. You better get there. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get there. Because if it went well and she wasn't a bitch barrier, I would have stopped with
like she wanted you to leave.
Yeah, like she wanted me to go.
That's awesome.
The bitch barrier.
She's telling the same story just from a different thing. She's like, and then this guy wouldn't shut up, and I was like, you better leave now to find that burger.
Yeah. They might be listening to the podcast now. I gave them all stickers.
Perfect. I'm on your side, lady.
No, they missed out, man. They missed out.
I respect her work.
Yeah. And then it happened again at Circa.
What would you even do with 3 women? Like if you went on a date with not even a date, if you went to dinner with 3 women and it was really time to hang out, I feel like you'd freak out.
Yeah, no, I totally would. Yeah.
Yeah, I would also, but it would be exciting.
I would tell you I would tell you that the plan is to pick a target and then isolate. But...
At the burger booth.
At the burger booth.
Yeah, you change locations. You go to the burger booth.
Yeah, change the location. That's another.
And it becomes like a step.
What a whole thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's and that's only the first phase. That's like 1A or whatever they call it.
Yeah, 1A. So
bonkers.
Yeah. I don't know.
Frank, what was your weekend?
Was it Vegas, Frank?
I didn't do anything. I did a show and that's all I did.
And you got a little head cold?
Got a head cold, play a lot of video games. That's it.
Wow.
Yep.
We got a middle piece of our sofa and it's not the right color yet because they're still making the piece.
Why?
Because we custom ordered this.
Didn't they already send you the wrong color?
Yes, they sent us so it wouldn't even connect because we got a sectional, and now they sent us like a temporary piece. So our couch looks like a 2-tone car. Like it just looks like a car that has like one door the different color. It's so trashy, but it's so comfortable. I don't even care.
So you're gonna keep it different colors?
At least until June when the real piece comes.
June, huh? Do you have to send back the one you got?
Yeah.
My God.
That's going to be a very used piece of furniture by that time.
That's what we said. We were like, honestly, could you guys just give us like
violate that couch, Katie?
Yeah.
The cat is like already thinking about it.
Yeah, disrespect it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Stain
I'll eat a little snack on it or something.
Fuck yeah. Make sure that snack is named Josh.
Like that.
Have a nice slice of Josh with some whipped cream.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get it.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So how did it end with those 3 chicks?
Nothing. I walked away. I said, all right, I'm going to go find that burger. It was nice talking to you too. And then
Oh,
Yeah,
You said you too?
nasty.
I
That's
did.
funny.
I did. But I was good. I was throwing out negs and everything.
Nice.
And
What was
then,
it?
You try to say.
Yeah, what was a neg? Do you remember?
oh, I think one of them was they go, we're from Illinois. And I'm like, oh, I love Illinois. They got the basketball team and everything. And then they're like, no, it's not that great. And I'm like, look, I'm sure your part of Illinois is great. I go, your part definitely sucks. And I pointed at one of the girls. And then I went back to the.
That's pretty
Trying
good.
to make them compete with each other.
Yeah. See, yeah. They can battle.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
remember, I think they say if there's like a bitch barrier situation, to focus on her and like try to get her to like you.
Yeah.
Because if that one likes you, then the others feel even more.
No, she was buried in the phone, man. There was no penetrating this one, literally or figuratively.
That's too bad.
Yeah. And then I did it again at Circa. There were these. I was doing my little Joker poker thing, and I had to decide what card to keep, and it was either an ace or a king. And so I'm like, you know what? I turned to the girls. I go, hey, ace or a king, really quick. And the girl goes, king, and I hit it. And she goes, what are you playing? She walked right on over, and we started talking. And then I started working the whole set. Frank, her friend, her husband, and the other guy that was there.
Fuck yeah!
You just fifth wheeled.
For a little bit, yeah. But I wasn't going anywhere.
Doesn't it though? Even though,
but you know what it did though? It helped me with my social skills and talking to strangers. That's how I was looking at it at the time.
Yeah, doesn't it give you like a little bit more confidence? Like you can relax a little more because you know that is something you can do.
You know what it is? I think when I was there, I saw a side of me that people tell me exists, but I never see. You know,
that makes
like
sense.
Yeah, like when people say that I'm outgoing, I never see that. I never see that. I don't ever feel it. But I
mean,
felt
Frank and I
outgoing.
don't tell you that.
No, you guys do not. You guys do not tell me anything positive.
But I will say, you were chatty when all your friends came to one of your shows once, and we got to like see you with your friends.
Mm.
Yeah, you're very chatty with people that you know well.
Yeah, with people that I know well, people that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah,
absolutely. But
like all the wrestling events, you're really social and stuff. You know.
Yeah, because those are my boys. It's the festival of friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I started watching? I started watching Love is Blind finally.
Yes.
And I fucking hate everybody on the show, and I don't want anybody to win love.
You don't want anybody to win Love is Blind?
No.
Is that the one where they have to get married and they can't see each other?
Yeah.
Okay, Kirsten watched that.
But it's already like, so the first time they did it, nobody knew that the show would blow up. Nobody had heard of the show, so they were like figuring out as they go. So people were more genuine. And it's the second season, and it's like immediately you can already tell people signed up just to be on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's a bummer. Yeah.
It's already ruined. Like, it didn't. Sometimes those shows take like a year or two. Like, they'll start filming the second one before the first one's really done.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get like 2 real seasons of people that don't know what's going on. These people fucking saw the first season, saw how much people blew up from it, and you have like all these people that are only there to be on television, and they're awful.
That sucks.
Yeah. Who do you hate the most, Katie?
I hate Shake the most.
How many episodes in are you? Did you watch it all yet?
They're in Mexico still. No, they're in Mexico.
Oh, okay. I don't know any. I have to Google the names. I'm sorry. I don't know anybody's names. The only
Shake
names
is
I
the
know.
guy. Shake's the Indian guy who only dated white women, and then he got engaged to Deepti, and that was like his first Indian woman. And I like her. She's very sweet and beautiful and like kind. And he's just being a douche to her. And then I like Ayana. She's really nice too.
Which one is Ayana? Is that the one that face planted in Mexico?
I didn't see that yet, so I don't know.
Okay. Is she the one that's dating?
She's got short brown hair.
Water shoes. Salvador.
What the hell are you talking about? Water shoes?
I don't know.
Yeah, Katie's not on that episode. Dude was wearing water shoes.
Oh. No,
Uh,
that's Mallory. Ayana, remember the guy that wanted to marry Mallory, Jarrett?
and she.
Jarrett said no, or she said no to Jarrett, so
Oh
Jarrett
yeah,
was like,
yeah, and then she got
"Let me ask
engaged to
Ayana." Yeah,
Salvador.
yeah,
Yes, that one. Yes, I do know
yeah,
that one. And then they have a new crazy couple. The crazy lady this year. What the
yeah.
fuck?
Her name's Danielle.
Yes,
Frank,
dude.
so I've only seen the first. You could tell she was going to be crazy because when they're in the pods, they talk about whatever. And she had said like 30 times, like, I'm really insecure and I question things a lot and I'm so insecure. And just like sometimes I can really let it ruin stuff. And the guy is like, oh, yeah, no big deal. I'll make you feel secure. And right away, I'm like, you know, how people don't, when they're dating, they put their best foot forward, right? So like if someone says I'm a little messy right up front, you know that means they're like a pig.
Yeah.
Right? So her
Mhm.
saying like I'm really insecure and sometimes I screw stuff up because of it. Already I was like she's a psycho. Like she needs to go to
Yeah,
therapy if
she's a
she's
Yep.
not
basket
already.
case.
Yeah, and like she's going to cause a problem and I hope she's going to therapy currently to work on it. I don't know if she is. But they went on their like honeymoon to Mexico and she had a terrible stomach bug, which if I had a stomach bug, I would be like, please leave the hotel room so I can blow up this bathroom without you being near me. Like you're the gift you can give me is going away, right? And so she has a stomach bug. He takes care of her like all day. And then for the show, they had to go to like a happy hour party. And at least the way they edited it, you can't see her fiance. Like he's not talking to anyone. He's just being like perfectly well behaved, like a person would, and just talking about how much he likes her
Yeah,
and blah,
like
blah,
he's
blah.
just there because he
And
has to
that's it.
be.
Like a normal person.
Mhm.
And then in the happy hour is with the other people on the show. So it's like people that she knows too. And he goes up to the room and she's like, yeah, she goes, did you have fun? And she was like, yeah. And she goes, I know, I watched you. And he goes,
Yeah.
what? And she's like, from the balcony. And he goes, yeah, you didn't wave to me. And she goes, yeah, I was mad at you. And he's like, oh, what? And he's like drunk too. So like you know when you're drunk, you're not like picking up on like subtle, like she's like, I'm gonna kill you vibes. And he's just like, yeah, you didn't wave to me. And she's like, I was mad at you. And then she's like, I saw you walking towards the ocean with that woman. And he goes, I never walked towards the ocean. I walked, up to the hotel. And she's like, oh, well, I saw you. Like, just absolutely being
Yeah.
a complete sociopath. And he was way better than I would have been. Cause I think right off the bat, I would have just been like, oh, this isn't going to work. Like, if this is how you are with this
Oh,
is how you are when
Katie,
you can watch me.
buckle up.
I thought they
She
were
does
supposed to
not
not see
slow
each
down.
other.
No, no,
They
no. They
so
once they
after
get
they
engaged,
yeah,
they can
Oh,
see
okay.
each other.
Okay.
like they give everyone like I don't know how many weeks to like choose someone that they think they have a connection with basically, and then they get to see each other in person, and then they
Oh,
send them all to a
yeah.
resort.
Yeah, okay, I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Oh, but it's fucking great. No signs of stopping. No
And
signs of
he
stopping
didn't
with
hold
that.
her accountable the next day. I would have been like, we have to talk about this. Like, you
Yeah.
can't, like, I can't have it where you spy on me doing nothing and then you're also still mad.
Yeah, or spy for any reason. At
Exactly.
any
Like,
time.
you're already spying on me and then all you caught was me doing nothing.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
still mad.
And she goes off on everything. Like
What a
everything.
maniac.
It gets fucking nutty. I don't even want to talk about her until you see the
Till
magnitude of
it
what she does.
unravels.
Yeah,
I
because
know
like next week
everybody.
you're gonna come back next week and be like, did you know that Danielle did this? And it's gonna be fucking
Yeah.
epic. You'll see. And then I like the guy that proposed to the girl, got turned down, and then proposed to the other girl, the
Yeah,
black
that's
guy.
Jarrett. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
dumb.
The best part about that was like after he got turned down, right? He goes back to the dorm with the guys and he's like, she said no, and this, that, and the other thing. And like this dude comes over and goes, yeah, man. He goes, I know it didn't work out with her, but you always got what's her face, right?
Yeah, he's like, you like Ayana, right? And he's
and
like,
then he,
yeah, I
and then
guess I
he goes
do.
to her.
It's insane, Frank. You would hate every minute of it.
I think I would.
You
There was
definitely
another
would.
guy that he told the girl, he goes, I want you to be my girlfriend, right? And she's like, well, let me think about it. He goes back to the dorm, goes back the next day. Then he messes up this girl's name right off the bat, and she goes, you thought I was somebody else?
Oh
And he goes,
yeah.
oh no. He goes, nah, there you go. He goes, I just got the wrong name. I messed it up. And she goes, is there anything you want to tell me? And he's like, no. What are you wearing? She goes, no. Like, did you say
No,
anything to anybody?
but he didn't even get that he got it wrong for a while. So like Frank, her name's Emily, and the other person's name is Shayna. So like she goes, hey, it's me. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so happy it's you. Which fine if he like misheard her voice. But then he goes, I'm so happy it's you, Shayna. And she goes, and you see her poor face, like that did feel real. Like she made this like terrible, terrible sad face. And then she goes, what? And he goes, nothing. And he's like, it's Shayna, right? And she's like, no. And he goes, oh, what are you wearing? And like he didn't get that it wasn't her. Like I don't think he heard her. So he's like, what are you wearing? And she goes, what? And he's like, and immediately again, all these people are way better than I am, because she was like, do you want to tell me like if you're talking to anybody else? I know we're all like dating a bunch of different people right now. And he like literally goes, I'm not gonna take this from you if you're just gonna call me out and blah blah blah. And she's like, never raised her voice. Like she was talking to a wild animal. Like she was like, it's okay, like I just want you to be honest with me. And he's like, if this is how you're gonna be, I'm out of here. And she just sat there and was like, what? And like again, I mean, I know they're in their like late 20s, so I guess that is something she would learn in the next 5 years, where you'd be like, I'm out here also. Because like that's not like, if he can't handle being criticized when he did something fucked up, it's not gonna get any better.
Yeah.
And you know what? It wasn't even that fucked up. Like it wasn't even that fucked up. It was just the way that he handled it.
He should have just been like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah, like, sorry, yeah, we're all talking to
you.
different people. I thought it was a different voice.
I'm personally shocked that contestants on a reality show are not perfectly well-adjusted, reasonable people.
I know, especially one that they know catapulted the other people into huge fame.
I expect reality from my reality competition.
And the best part is that guy, when he got called out, when she goes, is there something you want to tell me? She had known that he already asked this other girl to be his girlfriend. And so he tried to backtalk his way out of it.
Yeah, like I think they forgot that all the girls live together and all the guys live together, so they're talking.
It was ridiculous. And there's also that super religious chick that got that's with the atheist guy.
And then she ran away.
What? Yeah, she ran away, and this dude's chasing her down.
What are you talking about?
Like, so Frank, she seems religious. She's religious, but she doesn't seem like. She seems like the only part she cares about, Frank, is that you say you believe in God. You can literally like you can do whatever you want. Like you can like I'm pretty sure
Frank,
she
she's
has
a creationist.
She has she also doesn't believe in
evolution.
Evolution.
She doesn't believe in evolution.
But she also like has breast implants, like which is just like something that like traditional Christian religions teach you to be modest or whatever, which I don't agree with, but like she's like you better say you believe in God, but like also I don't live my life in any way.
It's so at that point like it's
so funny.
I could see that horrible attitude if you really are like this hardcore devout person. But if the only thing in your life that reflects that is that you just say you're a believer,
that's what I'm saying. Like
it's absolutely insane.
Yeah. So that guy was like, he goes, no, I believe in science and evolution. And she goes, oh, I don't believe in it. And then he still wanted to marry her, which I was like, how's this going?
No way, that's a deal breaker.
And that gets deep too. That gets pretty stupidly deep.
Yeah, I can't imagine how that would cause a problem in a relationship.
Right? And so he asked her to marry him with his mom's ring, which I was like, what are you doing, buddy?
That's insane.
And they go to their hotel, and the first night she's like, oh, I thought maybe we'd take things slow. And he could have handled that better. But she goes, I thought we'd sleep in separate rooms, but she just jetted. So she acted like she was going to sleep in a separate room, and then she just zoomed away from the resort. And
She left?
Yeah, she fucking bounced.
So she's not on the show anymore?
I don't know if she pops up.
Yeah, yeah. They come back. They come back. He chases her down. He wants to change and meet in the middle.
He says all fucked up shit where he does the like stalker stuff where he's like, I'll just get her to love me. I'm like, oh
yeah, boy. This dude gives off crazy stalker vibes. Like
there is no world. I don't care how amazing or beautiful somebody is. If they tell me they think the Earth is a few thousand years old, like how do you look them in the eye? They're not even a person.
I don't know, Frank. I don't know.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Gross.
Also, I went to a show this weekend. I went to see Tim Dillon, and I saw the absolute best response to a heckler that I have ever seen and done live or recorded. He was at the Wilbur, and this guy wouldn't shut up during the whole show, and he was so nice to him throughout the show, where he was like, hey man, like he was so nice, and he was just like, I know that you think that you're helping, but like you really have to stop talking and blah blah blah. And he asked him to be shut up like very nicely like 4 times, and he just kept talking, and so then he went to do like his closing story, and he goes, he's like, I don't know, 3 sentences in, and the guy starts talking again, and he goes, all right, I need you to be quiet, like blah blah blah. And then he says like one more sentence, and the guy calls out something, and he goes, okay, you know what, actually you can't stop talking, and the momentum of this story is completely ruined, so I think this is what I'm gonna do. And he like folds his notebook up or like whatever and gathers his cup, and he goes, I'm just gonna say, Boston, I love you so much. Thank you guys for a great show. Have a good night. And he walks off the stage, and the whole Wilbur is silent.
Wow.
Because everybody is like, what? And this is like a story that he's famous for. Like his fans like to see it. It's like his version of The Machine. Where
wow.
Like this is a story that they've heard before, and they love to hear it, and blah, blah, blah. And the whole theater is silent, and he just walked off. And then everyone was like, what? And then I guess the guy like stood up, and you could see, and he was like kind of leaving, and everybody goes, boo! And they start booing. They start booing the guy, and then they go,
terrified.
Because it's Boston, they go, and when I say they, I mean also me. They would go, you suck, you suck, you suck. And everyone's chanting it, the whole theater. And the guy goes, I just saw like what? And everyone's like, you suck, you suck. And
wow.
He just basically like ran out of the Wilbur.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'd be scared for my life.
Did Dylan come back out?
No, so then everyone starts chanting, Tim Dillon, and he didn't come back out. And so I went there with a comedian who's a friend of his, so we went back to hang out with him after the show. And he was like, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. And I go, honestly, that was so smart, because you expended no extra energy on that guy. You know what I mean? Like, you sold it out, you basically did your hour, and the guy's not going to shut up, and you instead of like getting to do a 5-minute bit while being interrupted, you taught a theater full of people that there's consequences to not shutting up during a show. You know what I mean? Because I feel like everybody that went to that show is like, I will never talk during a show again.
Yeah, hopefully, for sure.
Isn't that crazy? I've never seen anybody just cut the show.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about it.
I think it's cool. There's an ethical issue in that guy seriously could have been put in the hospital. You know?
Well, I mean, but that's his
Well,
own business.
look,
Tim
that's
didn't
on that
say, "Go
guy.
get him." Yeah,
That's on that fucking
he
guy.
did absolutely nothing to egg them on. Like, he was very nice the whole time, asking him to be quiet. He never said, like, one negative thing about him. Like, he did nothing. That's on that guy for even standing up. I wouldn't have even known who it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like think about the pop that would have happened if if he said something like, "Well, if you keep walking, I'll come back out," or or just walking back out after the guy left.
He didn't even the guy didn't even. I don't even think the guy got walked. Like, I don't know why he decided to stand up, but he just made himself visible, and I think he was trying to be like Tim was already gone. He didn't even point out who it was, and then the guy just stood up on his own accord, and then I think he was being like, "Whoa, I thought I was helping," or whatever, and then everyone turned to look at him, the whole theater, and everyone's just like, "You suck, you suck." Like, nothing happened to him. He just left. You know what I mean?
No, I just feel bad for the people that were there to see the show that didn't get an ending. It just ended with this guy.
Yeah,
but
it is weird.
They got a good show. You know what I mean? The rest of the show was great.
Yeah, Tim Dillon's incredible.
And it was really, really good stand-up, great stand-up, and just a great show. And they just got to miss 5 minutes of the end of the show, which I feel like those people will never talk during a show now. You know what I mean? So you got however many thousands of people they'll learn a lesson.
I hope they spread the word far and wide. Don't talk at comedy shows.
Yeah,
there you go.
Unless they ask you a question.
It's never helping.
Never.
No, you're never helping.
Help meeting. We don't need your fucking help. I had a heckler this weekend, and he, every time I yelled something, he would whatever he could relate in his head is what he yelled out.
Oh yeah.
So I'd be like, "Yeah," I'm like, "It was windy outside." He's like, "Cold." Right?
Yes, it was cold.
Yes, it was cold. It was just
fucking people.
And then I go, "Dude," I go, "Can you just stop?" I go, "You're making my brain mushy." I go, "It's just hurting my insides." And then he goes, "Sorry."
Oh,
that's pretty funny. At least he acknowledged it, you know?
Yeah.
I found a video of the guy being booed.
Oh, good. We'll end it on that. We'll end our show on the guy getting booed out of the Wilbur.
Ready?
Go ahead. Put it right in the mic, Katie.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
How many thousands of people? How many people does the Wilbur's?
How many thousands of people?
I know, but I think there's wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That place seats a lot of people. That's a lot of angry people.
A lot of angry people.
I don't know. Think about that pop if Tim Dillon came back out. That would have been a huge fucking pop.
He definitely could have come back
out. That would have been the biggest pop ever, man. And it easy.
But who knows? Who knows that he didn't have the last 9 shows of annoying people? You know what I mean? And he's just I've had a fucking enough.
Yeah, it could have been and it could have been a ton of other things too. So I don't know. Anyway, Katie, can you take us out and plug our shit and say goodbye?
Yeah,
guys.
Thank everybody for listening. Is it too late to sign up for March Madness by now?
Yeah, it's too late to sign up for March Madness. That's running hot right now, probably.
I'm sorry, you missed it.
Yeah.
But guys, you can still sign up for the Patreon and have 4 free episodes that are bonus episodes every week. And you can find that at patreon.com/wickedfunnypodcast. You can follow us on all social media at Wicked Funny Podcast. And we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.